gentlefolk, and welcome to another ridiculous evening with the BYO Shakespeare players. Welcome to another fantastic performance. I am your host, Sock Mabel, the official, unofficial mascot and secret, well, maybe not quite so secret anymore, starlet on the rise of BYO Shakespeare. Tonight, I was informed by management that I need to work on being a team player, whatever that means, and that comedy duos are better anyway, so I apparently have a co-host.
Good evening. I am Zocco, Mabel's far more sophisticated and worldly cousin. I have been invited to join this lovely little provincial troupe of players to celebrate the bard's birthday. I am, as you might say, the Romeo to her Juliet, the salt to her sugar, All right, yes. We are friends and colleagues who have spent quarantine/shelter in place reading the works of William Shakespeare together on Zoom. Almost a year now. Now we bring a taste of our adventures to you, streaming live from our living rooms, bedrooms, kitchens, and so on.
This is live theater, happening at home. And like live theater, sometimes the unpredictable happens. You may see or hear one of our pets or sirens from the fire station next door, and occasionally technology may become uncooperative. We humbly ask you for your patience with any such issues.
But because this is happening at home and live on YouTube, you are also welcome to participate by using the YouTube live chat feature and by enjoying a beverage and a snack at any point.
Tonight, we offer you our imagined production in which the most famous players in Shakespeare attempt to present a play for the bard's birthday. And now, BYO Shakes players are proud to present a BYO Bardsday Celebration.
It opens on a group of community theatre players, led by their perhaps fearless, perhaps fearful director, Peter Quince.
Is all our company here?
Oh, you'd best to call them generally man by man, according to the script.
Ah, yes. Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the bard upon his birthday day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is The Most Lamentable Comedy and Most Cruel Death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, a very good piece of work, I assure you, and merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready! Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
Ooh, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms, I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus's car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. Oh, that was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? wandering knight.
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Oh, nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Ooh, and I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe. Oh, promise, my lover dear, Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramus, and flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the joiner. Tinker.
Yeah, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. Yes, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
Oh, you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the bard say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly, and you would fright the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us.
Oh,
every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you an entwering nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard will I best play it in?
What you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrained beard, or your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play it barefaced. But masters, here are your parts. And I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
Well, we will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
Ha! And now we interrupt the action of the play to share with you one of our favorite BYO Shakes party games, which we call Sonnet Roulette.
The rules of sonnet roulette are simple. The player is assigned a random accent, a random sonnet, and then they do their best to interpret their sonnet in an assigned accent.
It's a lot of fun.
I have been looking forward to this, Mabel. I do hope you've reserved me a perfect spot.
No. Well, okay, maybe if there's time at the end. But the first one is me. It's me. Okay, so, for my random accent, I drew French. And for my random sonnet, I drew Sonnet 47. Betwixt mine eye and heart, a league is took, and each doth good turns now unto the other. When that mine eye is famished for a look, a heart in love with sighs himself doth smother with my love's picture. Then my eye doth feast, and to the painted banquet bids my heart. Another time mine eye is my heart's guest, and in his thought of love doth share a part. So either by thy picture or my love, thyself away, art present still with me. For thou not farther than my thoughts can move, and I am still with them, and they with thee. Or if they sleep, thy picture in my sight awakes my heart to heart and eyes delight.
Brava, brava, Sock Mabel. What a charming
Thank you.
Oh, take a bow. Yes, darling. We now return to the play already in progress, as Puck is feeling a bit mopey since the fairies mostly didn't make it into the script. Enter Amiens, trying to offer a little music to lighten his heart. Because you cannot have an invented show created by a singer and not have a song.
Under the greenwood tree, who loves to lie with me and turn his merry note unto the sweet bird's throat. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall he see no enemy but winter and rough weather.
More, I prithee, more.
It will make you melancholy, Monsieur Puck.
I thank it. More, I prithee, more. I can suck melancholy out of an egg as a weasel sucks eggs. More, I prithee, more.
My voice is ragged. I know I cannot please you.
I do not desire you to please me. I desire you to sing. Come, more. Another stanzo. Call you stanzos?
What you will, Monsieur Puck.
Nay, I care not for their names. They owe me nothing. Will you sing?
More at your request than to please myself.
Well then, if ever I thank any man, I'll thank you. What they call a compliment is like the encounter of two doggies. And when a man thanks me heartily, he thinks I have given him a penny, and he renders me the beggarly thanks. Come, sing, and you that will not, hold your tongues.
Well, I'll end the song. Sirs, cover the while. The bard will drink under this tree. He hath been all this day to look you.
And I have been all this day to avoid him. He is too disputable for my company. I think of as many matters as he, but I give heaven thanks and make no boast of them. Come, warble, come.
Who doth ambition shun and loves to live in the sun, seeking the food he eats and pleased with what he gets. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall he see no enemy but winter and rough weather.
I'll give you a verse to this note that I made yesterday in despite of my invention.
And I'll sing it.
Thus it goes. If it do come to pass that any man turn ass, sing his wealth beneath the stubborn ill to please. Duke Dama, Duke Dama, Duke Dama. come. Here shall he see gross fools as thee, and if he will come to me.
What's that Duke Dama?
Ooh, 'tis a Greek invocation to call fools into a circle. I'll go to sleep if I can. If not, I'll rail against all the firstborn of Egypt.
And I'll go seek the bard. His banquet is prepared.
Oh, but look where the poor wretch sadly comes reading.
How does my good lord Shakespeare?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well. Oh, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so an honest man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir, to be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it.
How say you that, still harping on my daughter? Yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. Oh, he is far gone. And truly in my youth I suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Ta! Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have grey beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. Oh, which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if like a crab you could go backwards.
Though this be madness, yet there is a method in't. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that's out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness that often madness hits on, which reason and sanity could not so prosperously be delivered of. I will leave him, and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My lord, I will take my leave of you.
Cannot, sir, take from me anything that I more willingly part with all, except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
You go to seek the Lord Shakespeare. There he is.
My most honourable bard.
My most dear bard.
My excellent good friends. How dost thou, Gilsander? Pollenkrantz, good friends, what news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. Well, your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison thus?
Prison, my lord?
Theatre's a prison.
Then is the world one.
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons. Theatre being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, 'tis a prison.
Why, then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh, God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the fest? For by my fay I cannot reason.
We'll wait upon you.
Oh, no such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, for, to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at this party?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am, and even poor in thanks, but I thank you. And short, dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal with me justly. Come, nay, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks, which your modesties have not craft enough to color. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the constancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more, dear, a better prosper can charge you withal. Be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My bard, we were sent for.
I will tell you why, so you shall my anticipation prevent your discovery. I have of late. But wherefore, I know not, lost all my mirth, foregone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this bray o'er-changing firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel, and apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no, nor women neither. By your smiling, you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then, when I said, man delights not me?
To think, my bard, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you? We coated them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. His majesty shall have tribute on me. The adventurous knight shall use his foil and target. The lover shall not sigh gratis. The humorous man shall end his part in peace. The clown shall make those laugh whose lungs are tickle o'er the seer. And the lady shall say her mind freely, or the blank verse shall hot for it. What players are they?
Even those you were wont to take such delight in, the tragedians of the city.
How chances it they travel? Their residence, both in reputation and profit, was better both ways.
I think their inhibition comes by the means of the late innovation.
Do they hold the same estimation they did when I was in the city? Are they so followed?
Oh, no, indeed, they are not.
How comes it? Do they grow rusty? Will they pursue the quality no longer than they can sing? Will they not say afterwards, if they should grow themselves to common players, as it is most like if their means are no better, their writers do them wrong to make them exclaim against their own succession?
Faith, there has been much to do on both sides, and the nation holds it no sin to tar them to controversy. There was for a while no money bid for argument, unless the poet and the player went to cuffs in the question.
Is it possible?
There's been much throwing about of brains. There are the players.
Oh, gentlemen, you are welcome to my birthday. Your hands. Come then. The appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which, I tell you, must show fairly outwards, should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
Hark you, Gilsander, and you too, at each ear a hero. That great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clouts.
Haply he is the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice the child.
I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players. Mark it. You say right, sir. A Monday morning, 'twas then indeed.
My bard, I have news to tell you.
My bard, I have news to tell you. When Moscius was an actor in Rome.
The actors are come hither, my lord.
Buzz, buzz.
Upon mine honor.
Then came each actor on his ass.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene indivisible, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light. For the law of writ and the liberty, these are the only men.
You are welcome, masters, welcome all. I am glad to see thee. Welcome, good friends. Oh, my old friend, why thy face is valanced since I saw thee last? Comest thou to beard me this birthday? Oh, what, my young lady and mistress. By Our Lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last, by the altitude of a chapine. Pray God your voice, like a piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked with the ring. Masters, you are all welcome. Well, e'en to the French falconers, fly at anything we see. Oh, we'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was not above once. For the play I remember, please not the million, 'twas Caviari to the general, but it was, as I received it, and others whose judgments in such matters cried in the top of mine, an excellent play, well digested in the scenes, set down with as much modesty and as cunning. I remember once said, there were no salads in the lines to make the matter savory, nor no matter in the phrase that might indict the author of affection, but called it an honest method, as wholesome and sweet, and by very much more handsome than fine. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas's tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially, when he speaks of Priam's slaughter. Oh, if it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. No, 'tis not so. It begins with Pyrrhus, the rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the knight resemble when he lay couched in the omnious horse. hath now this dread and black complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot, now is he total ghouls, horribly tricked with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and pasted with the parching streets that lend a tyrannous and damned light to their lord's murder, roasted in wrath and fire, and the sword seized with coagulate gore, with eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus, where old grandsire Pyrrhus seeks. So, proceed you.
Before God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion.
None he finds him, striking two shorted Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives and rage strikes wide. With the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the nerve father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus's ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in air to stick. So as a painted tyrant, Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. But as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold winds speechless, and the orb below us hushes deaf. Anon the dreadful thunder doth rend the region, so after Pyrrhus's pause, aroused vengeance sets him anew a work, and never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor, forged for proof return, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out! Out, thou strumpet fortune! All you gods in general synod, take away her power. Break all the spokes and fellies from her wheel, and bowl the round and nave down the hill of heaven as low as to the fiends.
This is too long.
It shall to the barbers with your beard. Prithee, say on. He's for a gig or tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba.
But who, woe, had seen the mobled queen?
The mobled queen?
That's good. Mobled queen.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames.
That's good.
With this in room, a clout upon that head, where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and o'er-teamed loins, a blanket for the alarm of fear caught up, who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, an instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven and the passions in the gods.
Look where he has not turned his colour, and has tears in his eyes. Prithee, no more.
'Tis well. I'll have thee speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, would you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. After your death, you were better have a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
God's bodykins, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? Use them after your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him in, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll head tomorrow night. You could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. I'll follow that lord. Oh, and look you, mock him not. My good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome.
Oh, Mabel, darling. Know what
Yeah?
time it is?
Really? That's the lead-in that you do when I leave you in charge of a segue.
Sonnet roulette time!
Yes, I gathered that much.
Next victim, our next performer is Rosalind Hurwitz. Welcome, Rosalind, to the stage, friends.
Rosalind, tell us, what will your accent be, and what sonnet have you drawn from the hat?
It'll be a sort of an Irish accent, and I've randomly picked sonnet 141. In faith, I do not love thee with mine eyes, for they in thee 1,000 errors note. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise, who in despite of view is pleased to dote. Nor are mine cars with thy I think it's ears, nor are mine ears with thy tongue's tune delighted, nor tender feeling to base touches prone, nor taste nor smell desire to be invited to any sensual feast with thee alone. But my 5 wits nor my 5 senses can dissuade one foolish heart from serving thee, who leaves unswayed the likeness of a man, thy proud heart's slave and vassal wretch to be. Only my plague thus far I count my gain, that she that makes me sin awards me pain.
I do believe that it is now time to check in with our rehearsing friends and see how well their process is going.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake, our tiring house, and we shall do it in action, as we will do it before the bard.
Peter Quint.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By your larkin a parlous fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Oh, not a whit. I advise to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and for the more better assurance, tell them and I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
Oh, no, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? I fear it, I promise you.
Oh, masters, you ought to consider with yourself to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
No, nay, you must name his name, and half of his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, oh, no, I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, It were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And then indeed let him name his name and tell him plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Snug the Joiner. Well, it shall be so. But there are two hard things, that is, here, to bring in the moonlight into a chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Ah, here we are. Yes, it doth shine that night.
No, why then you may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush and thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Yes. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe say the story did talk through a chink of wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall, or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if it may be so, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we here? And so near the cradle of the famous bard. Ooh, what's a play toward? I'll be an auditor. An actor, perhaps, if I see fit.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savour sweet.
Odors.
Odors savour sweet. So hath my breath, thy dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that ne'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you? For you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky, juvenile, and eke most lovely you, as truest horse that never yet would tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Nini's tomb.
Nini's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, please. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only vine.
Oh, monstrous! How strange! We are haunted! Pray, masters, fly! Fly, masters! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, and every dead.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The ouzel-cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his notes so true, the wren with little quill.
Away! Away! You are an ass! An ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my ears? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass! But, masters, remember that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. No, thou villain, thou art full of piety. I shall be proven upon thee by good witness. I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any is in Messina. And one that knows the law go to, and a rich fellow enough go to, and a fellow that hath had losses, and one that hath 2 gowns, and everything handsome about him. Bring him away. Oh, that I had been writ down an ass. Yee-haw!
Lo, no, lo, here comes a spirit to torment me. I'll fall flat, perchance he will not mind me.
Yes, neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. Another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here, man or fish? Dead or alive? A fish, he smells like a fish, a very ancient fish-like smell. Kind of not of the newest Port John. Strange fish. Where I in England now, as once I was, and had this fish painted, not an holiday fool there would but give him his piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beach there makes a man. When they will not give a doit, leave him lame beggar, they will lay out 10 to see a dead gentleman, legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Oh, warm on my troth. I do not let loose my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There's no other shelter hereabout. Misery acquits a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to see, here shall I die ashore. Oh, this is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner, and his mate, loved them all, Meg and Marian and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, but a tailor might scratch her where'er she did it, than to see boys and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too, but oh well, here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. Oh,
what's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us with savages? Oh, I've not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your 4 legs, for it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes the nostrils.
The spirit torments me. Oh!
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I would give him some relief if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that e'er trod on neat's leather.
Oh, do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
Oh, he's in a fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he had ne'er drunk wine before, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou will anon. I know it by thy trembling. Now Shakespeare works upon thee.
Oh, come on your ways. Open your mouth. Here is that will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you in that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. Should be... But he's drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs. 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come. Amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano?
Does thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. This is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou be Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll put thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. These thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is a storm overblown? I hid me under my dead mooncalf's the gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, 2 Neapolitans escaped.
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god, and bear celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made out of the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear on that bottle to be thy true subject. The liquor's not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swam ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast thou any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, moon calf, how does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have not seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
By this good light, it's a very shallow monster. I have feared of him. Very weak monster. The man in the moon. A most poor, credulous monster. Well-drawn monster, and good sooth.
I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my god.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then. down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. Most scurvy monster I could find in my heart to beat him.
Come, kiss.
But that the poor monster's in drink, an abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee. And get thine wood enough, a plague upon the tyrant I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but I'll follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scannels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Fellow Trinculo, we'll fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master. Farewell.
Oh, no. A howling monster, a drunken monster.
Freedom, hide, freedom, freedom, hide, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Dun 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 dun! Back to Sonnet Roulette! Dun dun dun! Starring this time, Lillian Murphy!
Lillian, a hand for Lillian. Welcome, Lillian. Your accent tonight will be
New York. And
New York.
what sonnet did you pull out of the hat?
Oh, all right. One moment. Ah, it's Sonnet 67, my favorite.
Oh, I love
it.
67. It's
So
so
good.
good.
So good. I'm
Fantastic.
verklempt
Yes.
already.
good.
Wherefore with infection should he live, and with his presence grace and piety, that sin by him advantage should achieve, and lace itself with his society. Why should false painting imitate his cheek, and steal dead seeming of his living hue? Why should poor beauty indirectly seek roses of shadow, since his rose is true? Why should he live, now nature bankrupt is, beggared of blood to blush through lively veins? For she hath no exchequer now but his, and proud of many lives upon his gains. Oh, him she stores to show what wealth she had in days long since, before these last so bad. So bad.
so bad indeed. Bravo, Lillian. And now, in a stroke of magnificent luck, these players get a bit of the bard's time and advice all to themselves, whether or not to shine through in their final performance remains to be seen.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hands thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for o'erdoing termagant. It out Herod's Herod. Pray you avoid it.
I warrant you, your honor.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance that you o'erstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so o'erdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end both at the first and now was and is to hold, as 'twere the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age of body of the time, his form and pressure. Now this overdone or come tardy off, though it makes the unskilful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve, the censure of the which one must in your allowance o'erweigh a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players that I have seen play and heard others praise, and that highly, not to speak it profanely, that neither having the accent of Christians nor the gait of Christian, pagan, nor man, have so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some nature's journeymen had made men, and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably.
I hope we have reformed that indifferently with us, sir.
Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too, though in the meantime some necessary question of the play be then to be considered. That's villainous, and shows a most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it. Go, make you ready.
This
I'm sorry. I was just singing alone, and then the camera cut back to me, and anyway, longer that time. We have more of our favorite shenanigans sonnet roulette for you before we jump into the last portion of our show.
This time we welcome Caitlin Van Buren to the digital stage.
Welcome, Caitlin. What is your accent that you drew today?
So I ended up getting Shirley Temple.
Oh,
I didn't even know that was an accent.
Wow. And tell us, Caitlin, what sonnet have the fiends of fortune drawn for you this night?
The cruel fates have demanded that I do sonnet 145.
Oh.
All right.
Everyone.
Sonnet 145 by William Shakespeare. Those whips that Love's own hand did make breathed forth the sound that said, I hate. To me that languished for her sake, but when she saw my woeful state, straight in her heart did mercy come, chiding that tongue that ever sweet was used in giving gentle doom. And taught it thus anew to greet, I hate, she altered, with an end that followed it as gentle day doth follow night, who like a fiend from heaven to hell is flown away. I hate. From hate away she threw, and saved my life, saying, not you.
Wow, that was something. That was really something. And now it's time for our exciting conclusion of the BYO Bardsday Celebration!
No, Mabel. Actually, one opening act first.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
Friends, Romans, Countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Shakespeare, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Shakespeare. The noble hath told you that Shakespeare was ambitious. If it were so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously hath Shakespeare answered it. Here, under leave of Marlowe and the rest, for Marlowe is an honourable man, so are they all honourable men. Come I to speak in Shakespeare's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me, but yet they say he was ambitious, and each one is an honourable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Shakespeare seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Shakespeare hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet still they say he was ambitious, and each one is an honourable man. I speak not to disprove what others spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Shakespeare, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Okay, it wasn't really supposed to be a roast of the bard, Antony, but, I guess good speech anyway.
I thought it would be funny, like a tongue-in-cheek, never mind.
And now the excited conclusion, blah, blah, blah.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More two than us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play? To cease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Felonius!
Here, my lord, mighty Shakespeare.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That I have told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a birthday ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, a very tragical mirth, merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice, wondrous strange snow. How shall we find concord in this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never laboured in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial birthday.
Ha! And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and cogged with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents in their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet. Out of this silence, yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least speak most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end, consider then, we come but in despite, we do not come as minding to content you, our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here, that you should here repent you, these actors are at hand. And by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. Good morrow, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on the recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain. Nothing impaired, but all discordant. Who is next?
Gentles, perhaps you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beautiful lady, Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall. That vile wall which through these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls, they were content to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you would know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus's tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather, did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth, and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this cranny is right and sinister through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
'Tis the wittiest partition that ever I have discoursed, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim-looked night, O night with hues so black, O night, whichever art when day is not, O night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that standst between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what I see, no Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She's to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love! Thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Glemander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shafalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shafalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
Kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I well my part discharged, so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff I have ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amends them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
We imagine no worse of them than of themselves. They may pass for excellent men. Oh, there come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion, rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dame. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast and of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I did saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He has no crescent, and his horns are invisible within their circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man of the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest air of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come now for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I am a-weary of this moon. Would he would change.
Appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon, I, the man of the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. What silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Oh, rah!
Oh,
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
Ah, and then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be, O dainty duck? Oh dear, thy mantle good, what, stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fair, O fates! Come, come, cut thread and drum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
His passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile have here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound. Out sword and wound, the pap of Pyramus, I that left pap where heart doth hop.
Oh.
Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die, die, die. Die! Die.
No, die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
Chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Oh, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moat will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
He hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Please, my love. What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak! Quite dumb. Dead, dead. The tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks. Oh, God, God. Lovers make moan, his eyes were green leaks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade my breast in view. Oh, and farewell, friends. Thus is the end. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye. And Wall too.
No, I assure you. The wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a burgomask dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly and very notably discharged. Let your epilogue alone. Oh, the iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Ah, lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed, for tonight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
Thank you all so much for being here and being part of our first Bardsday Celebration. What?
Oh, not
Taco?
say I might perform at the end.
I don't know if there's time. What with the time slot on the internet, it's a lot to
What
ask
say
the
you good
audience to
people?
stay here longer. Don't tell him he can do
Solid.
it.
Come on, just
It's that
Doesn't
time
hurt
for
anything.
talk.
Yeah.
No.
One more, Sonic.
Come on, Sako. We want to hear it.
Corn!
Accent.
Corn!
Read the last part.
Accent?
Corn.
I hear some. I heard a suggestion, but I didn't quite make it out. What was the suggestion?
I think Shakespeare told you to just read Puck's monologue.
All right then. I select my own accent. I shall perform it in the manner of the immortal Shatner. Shadows have offended. Think but this and all is that you have but slumbered here while these visions did, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
All right, now let's hear it for our fantastic players. First up, she actually had to leave before the curtain call here, but Jilly Kelleher was our wonderful Stefano calling in from the West Coast.
Hello, I am Sarah Ann Sutter playing Trinculo and Antony.
Hi, I'm Carrie Moscow, and I played Puck, but also Conrad, Jacques, and Caliban.
Amber Manley playing Snout the Tinker, also known as the Wall.
I'm Claire Milstead, and I played Starveling the Tailor, aka Moonshine.
Hi, I'm Peter Quince. I played Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Kat Dolan, and I played Snug, the Joiner, who also plays the Lion, and I played Lord Amiens.
Hi, I'm Valerie Meacham, and I performed Zocco.
Hi, I'm Kathy, and I played Flute and Thisbe.
Hi, I'm Stan Swikel, and I played Bottom the Weaver, and Pyramus, and Dogberry, and something from Hamlet, don't know what it was.
Hi, I'm Rosalind Hurwitz. I played Philonius, and I did a sonnet too.
Hello, I'm Lillian Murphy, and I played Hippeldenkrantz.
Hi, I'm Mark Child, and I played Guildenstern, crossed over with Lysander. Or Guildsander.
Hello, my name is Jamie Briette. I played William Shakespeare, reading excerpts from Hamlet and A Midsummer Night's Dream.
All right, let's bring everybody back on stage for a moment here so you can give them all a collective round of applause. We're getting lots of fun. We've gotten lots of fun feedback throughout the night on our YouTube stream. So thank you to all of you who are tuning in. There may be some questions that I didn't catch as we were going. I am going to real quick pull up and let you guys know about our next upcoming events. So in May, we are going to basically re-release on our new YouTube channel our performance of Macbeth from last Halloween. And then I'm just gonna start setting dates for things. We're gonna start producing and sharing with you History According to Shakespeare, which is going to be us going through Shakespearean histories, beginning with Edward III all the way through Richard III. And we will be performing those in little segments, not full shows. And if you want to support us and the things that we do, check out our Patreon, which is BYO Shakespeare on Patreon, patreon.com/BYO Shakespeare. And you can also follow and or share us, which is our Facebook page, BYO Shakes. So I'm going to turn back now and see if there was anything else. I think someone asked about how many actors there were all in total. You can see almost all of us now, aside from the lovely Jilly, who had to leave early, and of course our two sock puppet friends as well. So there were, all in all, there were 14 of us, if I counted correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14 with Jilly. Yes. So not including the sock puppets, there were 14 actors involved today. And I thank you all so much for being here and for enjoying some of this craziness. This was basically, this project was born of, we should do something for the Bard's birthday, followed by me saying to myself, I wonder what would happen if the players from Midsummer Night's Dream were the players that Shakespeare was giving advice to as Hamlet. And so then we ended up with this crazy concoction. I'm just looking through to see if there are any other questions. I think, all right, let's see if we can think through all the shows that were represented here. So the primary parts were, of course, Midsummer Night's Dream and Hamlet. There were also little bits that were from Much Ado. There was a scene from Tempest. There was a little bit from Julius Caesar. Now I'm forgetting what I'm amazed and know not what to say. Which show is that from? Is that Twelfth Night?
That's Midsummer.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it is Midsummer, but
it's Hermia.
I don't remember.
It's Hermia
Is
at
it?
the end of the really
Oh, it
crazy
is.
scene
Okay.
everybody's
Yes,
doing.
thank you.
Dogberry from 12
It's complete madness. Yes. So thank you all. Oh, yes. Jamie, do you want to tell them how you made that fantastic Elizabethan ruff for yourself? Because it's magnificent.
Sure. So I threw some pieces together that I just happen to have in my closet with puffy sleeves and just much layering. The ruff itself is actually a rectangle tablecloth that was folded in half and then in half and then in half and then put back and forth like a fan. And it's actually held together by binder clips and paper clips in order to give the ruff. Let's see if I can
That is magnificent.
There, so
it truly is fantastic.
And then the bald cap is actually an old pair of pantyhose.
It's fantastic. Fantastic work. Yeah, so thank you all so much, audience, for tuning in. Somebody asked Gravity Falls reference. I'm not sure what thing there could have been an accidental Gravity Falls reference. That's possible. However, there was actually a Dr. Horrible, not the actual Dr. Horrible, but the commentary, the musical track. The commentary musical track. I did reference that as Sock Mabel when I said when I was talking about not having enough time with the time slot on the internet. That was from that. Though it may have also appeared elsewhere. I think that was probably what that comment was asking about. Yes. All right. And yes, I am glad you enjoyed our woman playing a man playing a woman. It was a very Carabino moment and we love it. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you had a lot of fun. Thank you for being here and come join us for future performances. Like we said, we're going to be re-releasing Mackers, and we always have a great time tuning in and watching those. And we will have a bunch of actors in the chat, in the YouTube chat as that's premiering, so that you can enjoy that. And hopefully you will join us in supporting and tuning in to our history project that's going to be ongoing and fill up a lot of the rest of the year. There will sneak some other things in there as well. But thank you all so much. I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you, audience, for being